Welcome, it's good to have you back. The timestamps are in the description box. Let's get to those stories. Story number 1. Opie writes, my boyfriend, 19 male, and I, 19 female, have been together for a few months after taking a break for a year because I moved away for that year. Neither of us wanted to do long distance, and neither of us got into a relationship with anyone else. Before that, we were high school sweethearts for 2 years. Back then, he didn't care what I wore, or at least didn't communicate to me that he found certain clothing, shirts with midriff showing, tighter dresses, or me posting vacation pictures, such as me on the beach in a bikini, uncomfortable for him. Now that we have gotten back together, he tells me it is a boundary for him that I wear more modest clothes, because he doesn't want other men to see, quote, parts of his girlfriend that only he should see, unquote. He told me that before, he just felt happy that he got to be with me, because he had liked me for years, and didn't feel like it was his place to tell me what to wear. Now that we are back together, it's different. Yesterday, we went through my clothes, and he told me what he is okay with me wearing and what he isn't. There was one specific dress that I loved, and he told me it's a no, and I started crying. We almost broke up over this one dress, until he asked me what I care more about, him or the dress. Obviously, I told him I care more about him. It's very difficult for me because I'm very into fashion, and I don't see these clothes as too revealing or sexual at all. I also struggled with body image for years when I was younger, and this is taking me back to the mindset of not being able to wear certain clothes because I wanted to hide my body. However, I'm very dependent on him and value his opinion a lot. I don't know what to do. And here's some additional information from Opie. I asked him if it was an insecurity, and he told me part of it is that, and part of it is he doesn't want to worry about me getting hit on or hurt somehow. Even though he tells me he trusts me, it's that he doesn't want the men to, quote, get something out of it, unquote, seeing me. He said it disgusts him to think about it. He said this is the most important thing to him after not lying or cheating, and out of the blue said, quote, I would rather end up with someone less pretty and less kind than with you if you want to wear tight clothes, unquote. He doesn't like leggings either. And here's Opie's update. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for all the support and advice on my last post. I read every single comment and wanted to reply, but the reply option wasn't available. I am new to Reddit. I'm not sure why the post was capped and doesn't allow any more comments. After feeling encouraged by your comments, I had the courage to tell him that I choose being able to wear what I want. I reiterated how important fashion is to me and how his demands were bringing me back to a dark time of negative body image. We came to an agreement that there are fundamental differences in our values and what we want out of a relationship, because I want to be encouraged and uplifted, while he wants a girl whose, quote, body is only his to look at, unquote. By the way, I wanted to say that this dress was not scandalous. It is tight in some parts, but doesn't show a lot of skin. He told me that we were done. He then blocked me on everything because, quote, if he saw me, he would never be able to get over me, unquote. I cried for a couple of hours and then got myself collected. I made an appointment with a therapist and got a membership at a different gym than him. But then 5 hours later, he unblocked me and sent me a long paragraph about how he shouldn't have been so hasty and was willing to change to make things work. Yesterday, he texted me some more, asking to talk in person. I agreed to meet up for dinner in a public place. I wore the dress. He bought me a bouquet of white roses and my favorite chocolate. He told me I look beautiful and that the 5 hours without me hurt so much. And at this point, quote, he doesn't care if I'm walking around naked as long as he's the one I'm with, unquote. Can this man's fundamental values really change overnight? Also, I felt almost giddy and excited once I was done crying. Now I feel bad for him. And here's some more information from Opie. I felt awful when I left after dinner. He was sitting on the curb, crying in my rearview mirror. He wanted to kiss me, but I told him I really can't do that right now. Yesterday, he told me it was over. Part of it is I feel really bad for him to lose me, because he doesn't have a lot of good people in his life. His mother is horrible to him, and he's failing classes, etc. I was the one always there for him. I drove him to school. I encouraged him to reach out to his professors to see if he can save his grades. I want him to be okay because he's been such a huge part of my life, and he's telling me he's not going to be okay without me. Well, Opie did say that she has ended the relationship, but she feels very guilty and very bad. But you know, Opie, that is the way he wants you to feel. Your ex tried to control you, he was manipulating you, he's still manipulating you. And when that didn't work, even after he broke up with you, he came back 5 hours later. And I think he just came back to come at it at a different angle. I don't think he's changed his opinion about it at all. He just realized that, well, you weren't going to put up with it. And the fact that you feel guilty, that you feel maybe you did something wrong by leaving, that's exactly what he wants. He wants you to doubt yourself, Opie. No one should be telling their partner what they can and cannot wear. It's one thing if you ask for an opinion, but if you're actually telling somebody, I want you to not wear this and to not wear that, and I don't care what you think, you either do as I say or I leave, that is really a controlling thing. You're not a child, Opie, and he is not your parent. You make your own decisions and you're going to find your own style as you get older. And when you look back one day at old photos, you're going to see that some of the clothes that you wore was really as nice as you thought, and others not so much. But that is okay, Opie, because that is life. All of us, especially women, we like to experiment with clothes and to see what works and what doesn't work. And that's part of the fun of being at your age of being 19, Opie, so enjoy it. This experience with your ex was about control, not about clothes. There would have been one thing after the other. Clothes was just the first thing. And on to story number 2. Opie writes, my husband cheated, so I told everyone. He has nothing right now and definitely doesn't care. I'm 7 months pregnant now, but when I was 5 months, I found out he was cheating while I was at the hospital with pneumonia. I just posted about my mom, but I kind of want to get everything off my chest. He is adopted, but knows his biological family. I told his adopted family, biological family, my friends, his friends, etc. A lot came out when I found out. I found out he cheated on every girlfriend he's had. I'm now friends with his exes, who he lied to about everything as well. He told me he wasn't in contact with them. And they found out about me when his mom died. And I was in the obituary because, shocker, she's my mother-in-law. He says I ruined his life. I want to. He's hiding like a coward. He won't answer messages from anyone. He tried telling my mother that he spoke to an attorney, and I made him feel guilty for not being happy when he mentioned it. Never happened. In fact, when I asked if he was cheating, he swore on his mother's grave he wasn't. A lie. There's so much to the story, but I just don't understand how some people can do this. He wanted his perfect wife and kids, and his little girlfriend on the side. He was never going to leave me, and now he's not responding to my divorce attorney. I want him out of my life, since he was so unhappy, but suddenly he's too busy for the divorce. He claims he wants, or has started claiming when I kicked him out of the house. When I told him to leave because he was cheating, he told me he's, quote, been unhappy a long time and spoke to a lawyer a month ago but didn't know how to tell me, unquote. So he cheated and lied to hide it for weeks. He wanted the baby I'm pregnant with. I didn't want another for 2 more years, but now that we're not together, he says it's my choice and I can have full custody. He's mad at me because his affair partner was also cheating on her boyfriend, and I told said boyfriend. Apparently, because I did that, my husband doesn't have to apologize for what he did to me, because I'm trying to ruin his life and his new girlfriend's life. He said he's not sorry. He doesn't regret it and he's, quote, accepted what he's done, unquote, and I need to get over it. But he can't even say the words, I cheated. Just, quote, you don't know my side, unquote, and, quote, I've accepted what I've done, unquote. I want him to suffer like I am. He has no one, but I know he doesn't care because he's twisted it in his mind so that he's justified. Because I told everyone what he did, so clearly I'm the bad guy. If he had a side, he would tell his whole family so that they wouldn't hate him. But instead he blocks their numbers. He knows he can't lie to anyone who can ask me because I have all the proof. And anything he says I can disprove, so he says nothing, yet insists he's not in the wrong. I really know how to pick them. Now I'm a single mom of 2. Well, that was 8 months ago, and here is Opie's update. This is kind of a small update, but I was excited and remembered this account. So I wanted to say that you don't have to be healed for things to be better. Good things can still happen even if you're sad. Thus far, I've gotten a pay raise at work, and come the new year, I'll be promoted and take over my own store with another pay raise. I've been going out more and enjoying myself. I have concert tickets and hockey tickets that I'm very excited about. I had my son in October, and in January I started eating healthier, and I've lost 20 pounds so far. I'm seeing someone, sort of. We are exclusive by accident. Just kind of stop seeing others in favor of each other, but not official, and it makes me smile. I went to the dealership we got our cars from and found out that my ex has been telling people that I cheated and was abusive. They gave me a free oil change because they felt so bad when I broke down. I proved that was a lie and talked to them for a while. I knew he would do that, but it's nice to have proof, and it's exactly why I kept everything I had. As for my husband, the judge officially signed the divorce decree in January. I've been no contact with him since June 2022, so I wasn't getting a lot of updates there until the now ex-affair partner messaged me. I knew that his car had a repo order on it, and that he was struggling dating, but that he had, quote, found someone, unquote. He has his whole family blocked. But on Thanksgiving, she messaged me that she had left him, and she was sorry. I didn't message her back until this month, because I just wasn't ready. But I did and found out that he's been fired from 3 jobs since I left him, and now he doesn't have her either. I do think he's seeing someone, and I think I figured out who. But I don't want to be involved, even though I want to warn her. I'm torn, but I decided to let him do as he does, because I don't want to give him a reason to reach out. He has reached out to my mother once, because he was posted in a Toxic Men Facebook group with a warning for other girls, and decided it was me. Even then, he didn't even ask how our son was. He has never met him or seen him or asked about him. My in-laws are still my family, and my grandmother-in-law calls every week to talk to me. My aunt and sister-in-law are coming to my oldest son's birthday, so he can see his cousins on that side and they can see me. So in all, I'm doing good, and he is not. But I am not officially with a guy I'm seeing for a couple of reasons. I am still paranoid, anxious, and stressed. I don't fully trust my instincts. I am aware of all of that. Better things are still happening, and I'm sure it will get better. I am excited to one day be fully healed and living a good life. I don't know how long that will take, but that's okay. The only thing besides all that is that he has yet to pay child support or any of the money he was ordered to pay in the divorce. So we will have to go back to court to enforce that. Who knows what the heck that will bring. Edit. Thanks for the award. I feel the love and support from the comments, and I appreciate every single one of you. I can only hope that if someone who is struggling to leave a situation like mine reads this, they find that strength and respect for themselves to go. Never stay with someone who hurts you. It's not worth it. Hope it sounds like you're doing really well. Yes, still hurting, but getting on with life, and, they say fake it until you make it. So going out there and doing things, going to concerts, going to hockey, all of these things will help you to heal over time, OP. And yes, unfortunately, cheaters will sometimes go around telling people that they are the one that was cheated on. So I really can't blame you for setting the record straight. Well, that's it for now. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, leave me a comment, and I'll see you again next time. Take care of yourself. Bye.